Thank you, Marnie. Hey, everyone. Good morning. North America Marketing Leadership Summit, debut year, honored. And it's truly a pleasure to be here in front of all of you, amazing leaders and innovators. Alyssa, that was a fantastic talk, and I'm glad to go right after you. As Marnie said, my name is Rama. Actually, it's pronounced nothing like it's spelled, Rama Vasan, and I lead North America marketing at TikTok. What does that entail? Think of me as a marketer. My role is to showcase across the industry how our platform has really changed the game and how you can wield the power of TikTok to drive real business results against the objectives that matter the most to you. We'll get into all of that. But before we do, a little audience participation round. Please humor me. If you would, raise your hand if you've ever tried a recipe on TikTok. Okay, please keep your hands raised. There's two more. Second question. Raise your hand if you've ever planned a vacation on TikTok. Could be a hotel, could be destination, could be activities. Keep your hands raised, please. Thank you. Last question. Raise your hand if you've ever bought something or discovered something because of someone you like or follow on TikTok having recommended it. That's about 90% of the room. Look around you. This isn't just, you can put your hands down. Thank you. Thank you for participating. This isn't just a trend. It's a fundamental behavior change. And it's, if you had your hand up, you're part of this really vibrant shopping community that's growing on TikTok faster than anywhere else. In fact, since its launch in 2023, the number of people shopping on TikTok Shop has tripled every month, which is pretty incredible. And if your brand isn't ready to set up shop on TikTok Shop, that's okay, because our users will actually leave TikTok to go to your .com to discover more about your products and your brands. And they take action. 2 in 5 users will actually walk into a store and buy your products. So what does this really show? TikTok is definitely about discovery, but it's not just about driving awareness. It's about moving people into action, into the outcomes that you care about as a business or brand. So if you think about it, with the holidays coming up, and by the way, I have a 13 and 16-year-old. They do all their discovery and shopping. My Mother's Day gifts were all from TikTok. And with the holidays coming up, you have a massive chance to reach the people in the moments that matter the most. If you have yet to scroll on TikTok, which I don't think many of you haven't yet, shame on you. I'm just kidding. But here's a refresher.
People are searching in a different way today. They're looking for more than just an answer. They're looking to find new things along the way. Opinions, perspectives, points of view. TikTok is built for discovery. Double tapping into hot takes, scrolling up to find out what's up, digging into the comment section for context, and looking through a kaleidoscope of content to see the world through so many lenses. Your audience is searching, so share something worth finding. Create something worth commenting on. Get more than just views. Give them a point of view. The world finds its POV on TikTok.
Short form video has fundamentally changed how people spend their time. Certainly it has mine, certainly my teenagers. But they're not just watching, it's not passive. They're remixing, they're discovering, they're commenting, they're creating. And TikTok has been seen as the pioneer of the shift. In fact, 70% of people choose TikTok when it comes to short form video. And Kantar agrees, we're also the #1 when it comes to grabbing attention and breakthrough content. TikTok has changed the way people shop. I found these shoes, by the way. They're cute, right? On TikTok Shop. And there's so much that I discover on my For You feed. It's also changed the way we search. You saw that yourselves with how people are finding recipes and vacation destinations and so much more. It's even changed the way we speak. Jules LeBron, one of my favorite creators, pretty much took over my For You page last year. She came out with the phrase, very demure, very mindful, when she was describing her work outfit. And that became a huge trend on TikTok, but it went actually beyond. It became a part of modern parlance. And dictionary.com named it the 2024 word of the year. She said in a very demure, very mindful way. And so all this is manifesting in advertiser confidence as well. TikTok is seen as the #1 platform that marketers plan to increase their spend in 2026. And confidence in TikTok is up 46% from last year. All this shows that TikTok isn't just entertainment. People spend a movie's worth of time every single day on the platform on average. It's culture. It's driving real business results. Now let's talk about how all of you as amazing marketers can really channel that culture and make it your competitive edge. There are 3 big ways, and I think in threes, makes it easier. There are 3 big ways that we're uniquely set up to help turn your next campaign and your next marketing initiative into a real game changer. The first one I'm going to talk about is creative or production. We really think about how we can help brands create scroll-stopping, thumb-stopping creative that is built for TikTok from the ground up. What would a presentation today be without AI? We make it easier to plan, optimize, and measure your campaigns through really powerful AI and automation tools right at your fingertips. And third, I'll talk to you a bit more about how TikTok's community doesn't just fuel trends, but it actually decides which products can win in the marketplace by fueling real innovation. So first up, creative. When you open TikTok, you'll see that ads don't seem like ads. They just seem like they're part of the For You page experience. They feel different. That's exactly why they perform differently. And the brands that are winning on TikTok, they don't just post commercials. They think like marketers, but they act like creators. And what does that mean? That means that the content feels very native, it feels fun, it feels fresh, and it feels really relevant. Let me show you an example. Focus Features, which is a movie studio for a recent movie launch, they fully embraced a TikTok-first mindset. Most movie studios drop traditional trailers when it comes to a new release. They did that, but they did that in a way that was truly TikTok-first. Let's take a look.
It is a Christmas movie,
It's a Christmas classic.
and there are scenes in the movie with the Christmas tree and there's snow. It's a real perfect Christmas movie.
People should see this movie in the theater because it's immersive. The visuals are stunning, the sound is all-encompassing, and it's a wonderful story. It's made by a wonderful filmmaker, so I think it's something to share with people.
Go see Nosferatu on Christmas Day.
I saw it, by the way, it's pretty good. So what makes this TikTok campaign work? They tapped into multiple TikTok-first elements that didn't just drive discovery, it sparked fandom and drove real box office success. First of all, they customized their trailers with TikTok native touches. There's bold text overlays, quick pacing, and formats that's really built for the For You page experience. The second thing that they did was create something we call a branded effect. And you can see that come to life here. And what a branded effect allows you to do is really be a participant. You're not just receiving the content. As a viewer, you actually get to leverage that branded effect in the content that you create, which then turns them into active participants in bringing that movie to life. And then third, they also captured a lot of behind the scenes content and red carpet moments with the cast. Plus, importantly, they added a digital storefront so you could buy movie tickets without ever having to leave the platform. And the results really speak for themselves here. Nosferatu became Focus Features' second highest grossing film of all time, hitting a 27% more efficient cost per acquisition than entertainment benchmarks. It drove, as you can tell here, a significant lift in ticket sales with over 8,000 ticket conversions. And that branded effect that I showed you earlier, that alone generated 5,000 unique videos, which appeal to both someone who is just casually scrolling and discovering the movie, but also hardcore horror fans. And most importantly, this entire campaign was built for TikTok. It's what happens when a studio goes beyond the classic cinematic trailer drop and really fully leans into the culture that's thriving on the platform. So winning on TikTok means you have to show up where your consumers are the most engaged, the most inspired, the most participatory, and doing it their way. And Kantar's 2025 global study agrees. TikTok has been seen as the most innovative advertising platform for the 6th year in a row, which means that marketers worldwide really see us as that place for breakthrough innovation. And we all skip ads, we all scroll right past a lot all the time, but even with that option to skip, 60% of viewers actually say that they're more likely to watch videos sponsored by a brand. How many people opt into advertising? But this is what is happening on the platform. It's a huge reminder, though, that when you earn your audience's attention, you can drive real business results. So now let's talk a bit more about automation and how we as a platform are leveraging the power of AI and automation to help make your team's work smarter, faster, more efficient. The reason we're investing in AI and automation is not to take away control from your team, but more to take some of the heavy lifting off their plates and help campaigns run a lot smoother and more efficiently. And these are the solutions that we have across TikTok: Symphony, GMV Max, Smart Plus, and Ad Assistant. I'll talk a little more about a couple of them. And these tools don't take control away from you, they actually give you more of it. So let's take Symphony, which is TikTok's creative AI suite. Think of it as your creative pit crew. It helps make your content faster and scale globally without losing control. So American Eagle, great partner, they tested within Symphony our first-to-market showcase product solutions to produce really high-impact content featuring an AI-generated avatar modeling clothes from their latest catalog. And what they were able to do with showcase products was activate trending formats that resonated with Gen Z, which, as you can imagine, is their primary audience. In less than 1 month, American Eagle launched 6 videos, unique videos, across 33 product SKUs with a variety of creatives and narrative styles. Any guesses for how long it took them to develop the content? Any guesses? It was 24 hours. It wasn't 20 seconds, but 24 hours. It was all deployed within 24 hours. And the results were pretty phenomenal. It drove over 8,000 conversions and a 60% higher traffic return on ad spend as compared to their usual efforts. So you can see how like a solution like Symphony can really make that creative process a lot more faster, more efficient, and more impactful. Let's take another look at another example that shows what happens when you put TikTok's AI tools to work for performance, because we know performance is such a critical marketing goal. Samsung, I think everyone knows Samsung, one of the world's leading tech innovators. Their phones take really fantastic pictures. I don't have one of those, but launched a really impressive campaign for the Galaxy S25 on TikTok. And what their goal was to deliver impact while running leaner, smarter, and faster campaigns. And of course, creative fatigue can be a factor. So they really wanted to beat that creative fatigue and also reach the right audiences with the right creative at the right time and free up their teams to focus on the bigger strategy. And of course, all this at a better cost efficiency. So to do that, they turned to Smart Plus, which is our AI-powered creative optimization, creative and campaign optimization solution. So what Smart Plus did is that it rotated different creatives to avoid fatigue. It tested different audience segments. It also tested and served different variations of creative and made real-time adjustments based on performance signals. And the results spoke volumes. They saw 20% higher return on ad spend as compared to standard campaigns, 30% increase in purchases with a 5% lower cost per acquisition. And best of all, their team saved a significant amount of time with campaign management thanks to Smart Plus. And Alyssa talked about this, how project management, that's where that's where AI can play a big role. Certainly we saw that a lot with this campaign as well. So AI on TikTok isn't about replacing your team's creativity. It's actually to supercharge it and unlock better performance. That means less time spent on logistics, on project management, and more time making the kind of content that people actually want to watch and spend time with. Lastly, let's look at how TikTok's community fuels real product innovation. When most people think of TikTok, they think trends. Sure, but here's the real story. A community doesn't just follow trends, they actually create them, they shape them, and they turn them into movements. They even influence what future products can look like. Brands often ask themselves, and I get this question a lot, should we hop on this trend and post a video? Sure, but you could go much bigger, and that's what Skittles did. They noticed a surging TikTok trend where people were actually buying their candy and freeze-drying it because they wanted a more crunchy bite. Fans actually started calling on Skittles to respond. And what most brands would do is that they would respond with content. They did that, but they went beyond. They actually rewarded that passion for this freeze-dried candy by creating a whole new product line called Popped, which is their first ever freeze-dried candy. They launched it exclusively on TikTok Shop, and they gave the community, the TikTok community, early access before it hit store shelves. And here's what that did. It sold out in 9 days on TikTok Shop. It sparked 750 organic fan posts, 125 million views of the Popped hashtag. And of course, not every trend will be right for your brand, but if you spot the right one and treat your consumers as partners, not just your audience, that's when the real magic, the real innovation can happen. So let's bring it all together. TikTok is where creativity feels natural, it feels personal, just as personal as your For You page. It's tuned perfectly into what each one of us loves. It's where communities don't just watch, they actively co-create with the brands that they care about. Automation and AI, they aren't just keywords here or buzzwords. They're tools that give you speed, efficiency, personalization, and control without losing the magic of great storytelling that we all spark to as marketers. And with TikTok, a casual scroll can lead to discovery, and a cultural moment can lead into measurable business growth. So here's my challenge to you and the opportunity. Don't just keep up with culture, shape it. Think like a marketer, but act like a creator. Be a part of the conversation, not just a spectator. And think how you can be TikTok first in your approach. Leverage our suite of tools to build smarter systems that allows your team to really focus on those big ideas. And finally, let the community guide you. They are brightest visionaries. The future of marketing is being already written on TikTok, and I look forward to how you, as the people in this room, will write the next chapter. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what all of your brands create on my next For You page experience. Thank you.